It's an odd thing to say today, given the worship around the gladiator game, given that football players consider themselves warriors, but sometimes the hardest, bravest thing to do is to quit. What a difficult decision this must have been for Andrew Luck to let down his teammates and supporters and relationships in the building and his city days before another season in battle, to pay literally hundreds of millions of dollars in future earnings to get out of the fight, to throw away his glorious football future and glorious football fame and what has until now been his entire identity before the age of 30. He must have been in a great deal of pain to choose that, and it is fitting that the last act of Colts fans before his retirement was to boo him for deciding it and hurt him yet some more. Football broke his body and mind, and at the very end, his city finalized the transaction by breaking his heart. Andrew Luck seemed to genuinely love football in a way that was uncommon, but that love rotted over a very short time as his body betrayed him. This seems to be more of an indictment of the game than him, so his very last throw as a Colt was to throw it all away. Dak Prescott reportedly turned down $30 million a year. What do you think Luck was going to earn over the next decade? The man made Colts fans not worry about replacing Peyton bleeping Manning. But the hurt and the fear and the unhappiness was enough for Luck that he gave away all sorts of millions and was willing to endure the scorn and shame of teammates and fellow warriors and angry fans just to make it all go away. Peace of mind, that's what he bought, and at a considerable price. Pieces of his body, that's what he gave, and at a considerable price. But the sports fan is an entitled beast with a conditional love directly proportional to what Luck did for your fantasy team that week. Colts fans booed either Luck or the circumstances, but either way, the last sound Luck felt from the city he always represented with grace was a hostile frustration. Benedict Andrew, he turned his body over to them and the doctors, and they literally chased him off the field with their angry noise and self-interest at the end. Luck was supposed to keep quietly choosing pain for us. He was supposed to keep choosing unhappiness for us. He was supposed to push it all down like a man, maybe even develop an opioid addiction for us. Football's daily rigors screwed up his shoulder, his ankle, his calf, his mind, his joy, and his love of the game. He was supposed to choose the folks booing over his love of wife and life and self and health for us. Colts fans are understandably mad about what could have been, as if what could have been wouldn't be in his mind more than theirs on those sleepless nights 10 years from now. It's an odd thing to say, given the worship around the gladiator game, given that football players consider themselves warriors, but sometimes there is great strength in what might look like weakness. What a difficult decision this must have been for Andrew Luck, to put down his pride in the middle of the battle and let the arrows descend upon him because it simply hurt too much to continue to fight.